Hej! Hej!
Hi.
Hello, on y va. My name is Linus Hjelm and I work here at the conservatory. My role at the university is I teach classroom mathematics. I do that in a school here in Malmö as well. Teach music, and I bring my experience to the conservatory, and I teach how to be in a classroom, how to become a confident teacher in a classroom situation in different ways. Working here, I give a bit of the same course to Swedish students. How to be a teacher in a classroom, how to take care of a different situation in a social way, in a musical way. And I do this with exchange students as well. And we talk about the situation of their experiences from their home countries and the differences from the Swedish way of teaching. We go through curriculums, and we see that it's important that they go out and visit Swedish schools and they come back, and we have a lot of interesting discussions about this together. One of the things that they realize is that there is quite close bond between teacher and student, teacher and pupils, which is not the case always if you are in another country. It's more of a distant position from teacher to student. That's what they all experience quite much here in Sweden when they come. It's a quite close social bonding between teachers and pupils, and they think it's a good thing. Be curious about what you have here, so take with you as much as you can from your experience here at the conservatory, and also when you're visiting schools, see the differences and take much as you can with you to broaden yourself as a person, as a teacher, or as a person from another country. Experience what Sweden is, what Swedish teaching is like, and what differences and what things are alike between our countries. We are interested in every one of the students who come here, that it's important for us that everyone gets a interesting time and a good visit and a great stay here, and see as much as possible of, from my point of view, a Swedish way of teaching, so that you can experience what we have, and you can see where you come from, and you can go back to your country and make your own teaching more full. We call it classroom mathematics, and we play. I bring my experience from my own teaching in the classroom. So we play in an ensemble, we make a pop group, and each and every student gets to be the band leader and introduce a song, a pop song, and we all are pupils. We also take songs from, you can bring a song from your country, and you can teach again, while playing an instrument, for example the guitar or the piano, and make all us being pupils sing along and do it in a convincing way, so that you get the classroom to sing, how to say. A funny moment or funny moments happens quite often when we play together in this band. It's always very relaxed. It's you feel secure, but it's a fun way of meeting and playing together different instruments, and it happens every time we play together, or every time we have a singing session. It's just a lot of fun together. So it's just one specific moment. It's just we enjoy making music together. What's good about Malmö in general? I'm born and raised here in Malmö, and I love this city. It's a quite big city, but it's a small city because you can also take your bike and you can go all over the city. And Malmö is a city where it's close to the sea, it's close to the ocean. We have it's close to nature. We have a very nice cafe concert life. I have to say it's a lively city, and you meet people from all over the world in Malmö, and that is something that I think is very beautiful. Yeah.
My name is Samuli Örnströmer. I'm a teacher at the academy, teaching the cello, responsible for the orchestra department and conducting the symphony orchestra. If we start from my own experiences, that was the funniest and the nicest and the most inspiring part of my life, being, so to say, a young person abroad, meeting lots of other people, meeting another culture, seeing a different way of playing, making music and all that. And as a teacher it's the same, but the other way around. Meeting new students from abroad, taking part of their culture, their playing. My best advice would be, don't be scared, be very open. It will be different, and it doesn't necessarily feel the same as it did before leaving, but anyway, at the end of the day, after a couple of years, when you think back of the time, you will be grateful. I think it's a good, nice opportunity. I think the courses are very good, very well organized. I think international students and students in general, they get good support, and I think it's an inspiring, interesting environment to be in Malmö. Yes, actually the first memory of this was all the different dishes. The food was not quite the same as it used to be back in home, but this is only a positive thing. Of course, it's a big hassle in the beginning, coming to a new place, finding all the classrooms, finding a place where to live, etc. But still, I encourage everyone to do it. Malmö is at the sea. Malmö is actually growing fast, and Malmö is actually, I think, changing the profile a bit. It's very interesting, it's vibrant.
Anders Jonsson, I'm organ teacher here at Malmö Academy of Music. And I'm also responsible for planning and everything concerning the church music educations here. We have master, bachelor, and also we have this cantor, is a lower exam in church music. My experience with international contacts goes quite long back. Actually, I studied on an Erasmus exchange in '94 to Lyon. That was very important to me. So that's when I studied myself, but we had a lot of international contacts, especially in Scandinavia. For the last 15 years we have cooperated with Aarhus and made great study trips every year together with them. And we, for the moment, we cooperate quite a lot with Copenhagen. They were here last week for a very long day with all the 6 organ teachers, and there were about 20 people coming, and we went around this region to look at the interesting organs. That was really nice. And then of course we had quite a few students from Europe here in the church music programs, Italians, Russian students. There was one Erasmus organist who was here for a year just to shadow me, but then she applied to the master program. I had actually soloist class student from Aarhus a whole year as an exchange also. That was very nice also. And then I've been abroad quite a lot as a censor for the exams, and so I will go to Copenhagen in January for a soloist exam, and I've been in Oslo. We had a lot of contact also with Helsinki before. There was a great friend there who was an organ teacher. We had a lot of contacts there as well. Swedish church music is quite interesting. It's also a good mix between organ interpretation, improvising, but also, of course, a lot of choral stuff and other things that you need. Like the other Scandinavian countries, it's quite special, this Lutheran tradition of church music. It's not just organ playing. It can be, but it can also be a lot of other things. Composition, for example. We have a master program with church music composition, that you combine composing church music with, for example, playing organ or choral conducting. So there's a lot of opportunities. Well, if you are interested in studying here, the best is to contact, for example, me or the administration, or the international coordinator, of course, and really check out what's in those different programs here, because it's quite different from the continent. It's a little bit like in Germany, perhaps. Also in England it's a bit the same. But if you go to Catholic countries, I think it's quite different. So really check out and see what you have to prepare and what subjects you will get and so. The academy in Malmö is really an international environment, and also, of course, the Lund University that we belong to. International contacts and international students are really important here at the academy, and also perhaps even more at the Lund University that we belong to. And we have a lot of really good students, especially from Southern Europe, I would say, that really enriches our academy. My experience then with international students coming here is really positive, and it makes a difference for the whole group. It's really good for the students to compare their level and the way of working with students from other countries and other traditions. So it's really important. And also as a teacher, it's important to meet teachers and teach students from other traditions. You learn a lot from that. Oh, it was like 30 years since I studied in Lyon, but it's still important, and I tell my students a lot of that teacher I had there, Jean Boyer, who is dead since many years, was one of my favorite organists and a very nice man. And then the time there, of course, in Lyon, it was a bit lonely in the beginning, but I learned to know a lot of people there, and it was extremely important for me. I think the most important teacher, even though it was just for a couple of months. Yeah, Malmö Academy is a very nice institution, and I think we have a good church music program in many different ways. But also Malmö as a city is very, very exciting with good church music, very good organs. I think there are really interesting instruments here. Also in the neighborhood around Malmö, smaller instruments, but they have a lot of historical and stylistic interesting instruments. So that's also important for an organist studying here.
My name is Per Moberg. I'm the course director of the folk and world music programs here at the Academy in Malmö. I'm a senior lecturer in folk and world music, so I teach different kind of folk and world music subjects, mainly here. And regarding my experiences in working with international students, I mean, the Academy in Malmö has a long and strong tradition of accepting a lot of international students here in all sorts of departments, including the folk and world music department, but also in classical and jazz and everything. So it's always been a tradition here that we have a lot of exchange students. We are used to it. And since also most people in Sweden are very fluent in English, it's usually no problem to organize teaching in English and so on. So it's a natural thing going on here. And almost every year in my classes we have 1 or 2 exchange students. Try to reach out to the Swedish students and teachers and so on. And you just also enjoy the wonderful multicultural city of Malmö, where there is, I think, 172 nationalities or something like that. I mean, no matter where you come from in the world, you're going to find friends here from your country, actually. So Malmö is a fantastic international city, even though it's not that big. The main strength, I would say, in accepting international students here is that it's something that we do on a very regular basis. Every year we have several exchange students, so we know the drill. And we're used to fitting them into the programs and courses that we have. We have a high fluency in English, both among the students and the teachers and staff, so that's never a problem. And also we are part of one of the biggest universities of the Nordic countries, which means that there's a lot of staff, not just here, but in the university as a whole, working with accepting international students. So it's a normal process for us. Yeah, as I said, we have folk and world music program here, both a bachelor degree and something we call performance studies, which is a course, 1-year course on advanced level in folk and world music. And we interpret this, I mean, it's a term that's hard to actually nail down what it is, but we talk of it as, traditional music from all over the world, or mixed forms of traditional music and popular music, but also non-Western classical music, such as Indian classic, Arabic classic, and so on. So, no matter what tradition you come from or what instrument you're playing, you are welcome to apply here. You can come here as an exchange student, of course, from any other university in Europe and so on, but the programs are also offered in English, so it's also possible to come here as a regular student and study these programs. Well, my own experiences as an international student, it started actually already in my first year, because for a long time all the academies in the Nordic and Baltic countries that has folk and world music educations are part of a network called Nordtrad, where we meet once every year for a week, where teachers and students from all these academies meet in one country and have an intensive course together. So already in my first year I spent a week in Finland in one of these courses, where I met lots of teachers and students from all over the Nordic and Baltic countries, and it was a really strong experience for me, and it was so fascinating, really. And then also, so I did that every year actually during my studies, and I also went on exchange through a SIDA project, Swedish Development Agency project, to Vietnam. I was there for eight weeks, and I was actually the first exchange student at that university, and the only one. So for 8 weeks I was the only exchange student in the conservatory in Hanoi, which was a really fascinating and sometimes strange, but a memory for life, really. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Claus Sørensen. I am an adjunct at the Academy of Music in Malmö, and I teach at the jazz department, and I teach saxophone and composition and arranging. We've had several students at the performance department, and it has always worked very nice. All teachers has the ability to do lessons in English, and the international students has always been integrated in a very good way. In Malmö, we see the ability to work as a composer and parallel with being a musician as a very important part of the musicianship. So in all kind of lessons, we try to integrate composition in ensemble classes, in theory, and sometimes even in the instrumental studies. Students often write compositions in the theory classes, and then they use the ensemble classes to actually play the composition, and even how to work as a band leader and getting the music to sound the way you want, and how to interact with a band. In Malmö, we want all our students to play the way they like to play. We don't want you to start playing the way you think we would like you to play, but we want you to develop your own way of playing. Malmö College of Music is a part of Lund University, one of the most high-ranked universities in Europe. And it's a real powerful organization to be backed by. Lund University have a great student community with a lot of things going on and a lot of possibilities to be supported as a student. I myself moved to Sweden from Denmark like 30 years ago to study music, and it's been a pleasure and I love living here. So I really think you would have a nice time in Sweden too. Malmö is situated in what we call the greater Copenhagen region. So we have a very close proximity to Copenhagen with an extensive cultural life, both music, theater and other arts. So there's really a lot of things going on here. Malmö is a very relaxed city, and it has a rich cultural life, and I like also the mix of all kinds of people living in Malmö. Malmö is even geographically a pretty small town, which makes it easy to get around. You can get anywhere by bike, which is really good.